This individual's appearance demonstrates a glaring lack of respect for himself, for others, and for globally accepted standards of fashion, decency, hygiene, and possibly even quantum mechanics. Everybody enjoys a good laugh now and then, perhaps nobody more than myself. But this is clearly not the place and time for a concrete and rebar-shattering guffaw from deep within one's gut. The poor students were likely driven to distraction, if not dementia, by the antics of this young lady and her companion. This, good people, is the reason unauthorized individuals are not permitted behind the official lab assistant's desk. An impostor may be mistaken for the genuine article. One can only imagine the chaos that might ensue were such a situation to occur. Please, friends, always endeavor to show respect for your environment by keeping current on machines in transitional states. If a sign such as appears in this image happens to be by a computer in your jurisdiction, it is incumbent upon you to determine whether or not such a sign has been appropriately placed. You may utilize the online help desk system to browse existing tickets for any that match the description of the computer in question. Always acquire permission from a shift leader before posting or unposting cautionary signs. Is there any activity more egregiously disrespectful for a lab assistant to engage in than sleeping on shift? Well, yes, there is one that I can think of. Attempting to disguise your slumber with mirrored sunglasses while wearing a baseball cap in reverse. This diligent young man demonstrates a high degree of respect for his environment by keeping it neat and tidy. Why, if an award existed for outstanding achievement in sanitation by an individual under contractual obligation with an educational institution, he would be my first candidate. It is indeed a shame that such an award does not, in fact, exist. A samurai yardstick attack while delivering a rush of adrenaline to the perpetrator is not an appropriate method of discipline for unruly individuals. The shift leader pictured here should have instead issued a verbal warning to the sleeping lab assistant. Such disciplinary measures are much safer and more effective, albeit not as amusing. The beverage container displayed here is not an acceptable refreshment for general lab usage. The flimsy design and plastic lid make for a high likelihood of an accidental liquid spillage incident. This beverage is in an acceptable format under computer lab guidelines. Notice the sturdy construction and the plastic cap, which can not only be replaced with a simple twisting motion, but is resistant to leaks and practically airtight. Plastic makes it possible. The eating of the sandwich by our dear lab assistant was evidently the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back for the beleaguered shift leader. However, confiscating and then eating said sandwich himself was not the appropriate recourse, although one must admit the coagulation of ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, and other assorted condiments did look downright tantalizing. Thus endeth our dissertation on the vital topic of respect. We must part ways now, but do not despair. More tasty morsels of technological goodness can be found in the next chapter.